Okay, my friends, let's get started with Adobe Premiere Pro updates for 2025. Fun! So first, make sure you have Adobe Premiere Pro installed. If you don't, then check out my link below for Adobe Creative Cloud memberships, which is what I have. So when you go to Adobe Premiere Pro, you're greeted with the welcome page and your name, which is super cool. And probably the first thing you'll see is this, which is the latest update, and it's amazing. It's AI. Adobe has really integrated AI into their softwares. And this one is cool because it's Generative Extend. It lets you grab, drag, and extend clips. So the clip is here. Well, you can extend it so it's longer. Right. Now, to access all the new updates of Adobe Premiere Pro or any Adobe software for that matter, you can always go to that little gift or present icon. So click on that and you'll see what's new in Premiere Pro. All right, so first of all, a little demo of this Generative Extend, which is in beta. So whenever something is in beta, it means that it's not fully developed. It means that Adobe's still working on it and it's not completely there yet. It's going to be improved and perfected. So yeah. So here's a little demo. You can see a little clip, and then with this tool, the Generative Extend tool, you can expand it and AI will make this person walk and continue walking as if that was in real life, but it isn't. It's just AI. The thing is, since it's in beta, this means that you actually have to download an additional software, Adobe Premiere Pro Beta, and it usually has a little blue and white icon. And that's the same with Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator. So there's usually a separate beta app for each of these softwares where it's just an in-between app for new tools until it's fully integrated in the actual Premiere Pro software. Okay, the next one is color management. The future of color is here. And again, this is also in beta, so this will be developed and improved over time. So now it's easier to use color management and to make it advanced. I personally have been using default color settings, which is really good, and it's one click. And I've been applying one color edit to one clip and just pasting those settings to all the other clips. Okay, the properties panel. So if you're not familiar with the properties panel is kind of in the last 5 to 7 years, I would say. It's a new panel in a bunch of Adobe softwares. You'll find it in Photoshop, in InDesign especially, in Illustrator. And it's amazing. It's like a little panel, an umbrella, where you can find a lot of super useful tools. Probably the most useful tools will appear in properties, because I know it can be quite overwhelming sometimes, panels everywhere. So in properties, you'll be able to do transform, which is, resizing, scaling, rotating, things like that. And also for animations, you can use transform. And then audio, finally, because sometimes I just look all around the shop and I'm like, how do I make my audio louder or less loud? And usually I would go to Essential Sound panel and dialogue, and then completely at the bottom, scroll down, I can change the volume track. But here it's in one place. I can easily increase or decrease the volume, mute it or pan. So yeah, what does Adobe say about this properties panel? Whether it's audio, video, or text, just click once and the new properties panel makes your Go tools and controls accessible in one easy-to-use panel. Well, that's better explained than my explanation. Performance and speed. So that is amazing. Adobe just keeps improving and enhancing the performance of each of their softwares. And I saw it personally because I switched recently from full HD, which is 1920 times 1080, to 4K. which is double the size and it's a lot heavier. Yet, Adobe Premiere Pro has been incredible. It has been fast and useful and haven't had many issues. Haven't had many issues either for exporting. In fact, whilst I was exporting, I was sipping on my coffee and relaxing. So anyway, performance and speed, much better. And especially in enhanced speech, I've completely noticed it. If you're aware of the new AI enhanced speech, which was released, I believe, last year or 2 years ago, one of the struggles with enhanced speech, which is AI taking your audio and just making it so much better, it would take a lot of time and it would always regenerate, reprocess, and it would be kind of a mess. And now I've noticed it's faster and it doesn't do that. It's just much better. So that's awesome. Refreshed and modern design. So you can customize your interface now. It's new because Adobe Premiere Pro is quite dark, isn't it? So if you wanted, you can make it light and fresher and you can change all this stuff. And I'll show you that right now, how to change color of your Premiere Pro. So let's just click on done or on X, up to you. Now, if you go to Premiere Pro and settings, and bear in mind, this will look different if you're using a PC. I'm using a Mac. So Premiere Pro, settings, and general. This is like the panel where you can change your preferences and a bunch of stuff. Now head to appearance and press dark and light. And wow, Adobe Premiere Pro is super fresh now. I don't see the difference between these two that much. It's light. I might actually use dark, but I do love the light. My eyes just feel better and fresher. So pick whichever makes sense to you. I'm gonna select dark, so the in-between, and then click on OK, and we've just applied one update. All right, now we're gonna have a look at a bunch of these. I wanna show you the properties panel, and these two we might not be able to see because they're in beta, so they might not actually be integrated inside. This we've covered, and then performance and speed, I guess you'll figure it out when you use Adobe Premiere Pro and you'll see that enhanced speech is faster and that exporting is faster, and yeah, thumbs up. So anyway, I'm gonna click on new project. And what am I gonna call it? Premiere Pro updates, I guess, 2025, and create. Now, if you wanted, you could already select media to import, but I like to do it the old-fashioned way, so I'm just gonna skip that. And there you go, there is your layout. Now, this might look very different to you because I've saved some workspaces. So if you go to Window, Workspace, and see, I've created a workspace called Kate's Editing. You could go to Color, and then it will be a certain way. It's quite good. Or Editing. Choose one of those. Actually, Editing. Window, Workspaces, Editing, and that's quite a nice layout. So go ahead and go over here to your project and import media. And hello, Kate, all over the shop, because I've just done some intro videos for a new course. And just pick any of these. Which one shall I pick? This is quite hilarious. So Mix Kit, Breakdancing Man, click on Open. And I can either click on this icon for a new sequence or just click and drag and drop it either here or there. And voila, the sequence will be in this size. All right, let's get to the updates though. So as you can see, the tool for extending AI Extend should be here. Sadly, it's not. So if we go back to the home screen, by the way, and we go back to the present, it's meant to be here below the T. Sadly, it's not there, but this is what you'll have to do. All right, let's go back to edit. there is our breakdancing man. All right, so one of the things I love now about color in Adobe Premiere Pro, which was mentioned, is auto. So obviously this clip is already great, but oftentimes I film clips and they're not already great. So I would just click on auto. And Adobe does such a good job at automatically changing the color. Look, even this is beautiful. If I click on this icon, full screen video, isn't that yellow much nicer now? If I click on reset, you will see it slightly less light. I can also untick. See, it's very subtle. You might not even see, which is basically Adobe saying that this color is already great. All right. Now let's talk about the properties panel that was mentioned earlier. So if I go back to home and back to this one, we just did that color management, but there's more color management that is coming because remember, this is in beta. So let's talk about the properties panel now. Properties. So let's go back to edit, maybe close this, and there is my edit. Now, whenever you're looking for a panel, and this is in all Adobe softwares, you go to Window. Because Window is where all the panels live. And this is a panel, that's a panel, that's a panel. So basically, wherever there's a word with things you can do inside of it. So Window, Properties, boom. And it went to my other screen, so hold on. So what I can do is click on these three lines, which is also referred to as the hamburger icon, yummy. You can click and drag, select this, and pop it anywhere that would make sense to you. I quite like the right-hand side because that's where it is for Adobe InDesign and Illustrator. So I'm going to click and drag and see this gray color. That means it's about to be grouped. So let go and hello, properties panel, which is nice. I can click on Lumetri, color, and properties. All right, so select the clip, and this clip doesn't have audio, but if it did, it would have an audio option where I would be able to change the audio to mute, louder, and etc. But now there's transform, which is great. And I can just click on scale, for instance, and I'll give you my magic trick to increase the scale in a really easy way. So select scale, press the upward arrow on your keyboard and hello, making it bigger. Pressing the downward arrow on your keyboard and hello to make it smaller. And same for cropping, etc. So this is great. The properties is awesome. And if you're a little bit more expert, another thing you can do, and you know all about animations, you can go to scale and click on this little diamond keyframe to add animation. So you click on this and you'll see the animation here in scale as well. And then you kind of drag this play bar. I forgot what it's called. I think it's the play bar. And then you add another diamond. And this is going to be the second keyframe. We have this one and then we have that one. So this one is 105 scale, and this one, you can increase it either here or there. Press the upward arrow and it's going to go bigger. So now if you press the play bar from here or from there, you can't really see because there's a lot going on, but essentially it's going more zoomed in. So that's a little bit more advanced. So don't worry about it if you haven't learned that yet. Keep listening because I will be releasing a bunch of tutorials showing that. So yeah, this is the properties panel. Let me add another video now that has sound. So I'm going to double click here and perhaps go to my own desktop and just choose one of my intro videos. Just click on import and I'll pop it here because this one has sound. Now choose any clip for yourself that has sound. And if you or I select this video, I will now see in the transform panel all the transform options as well as audio. So I can easily just make it louder, which is awesome, or mute it, and add an animation for sound as well, which is awesome. It just makes everything easier. I love when everything is in one place. So yeah, use the properties panel. I sure will. There is one last thing I wanted to show, and that is where to find the enhance tool, the enhance speech tool. So you could go to Window, Workspace, and select Audio. I select that one when I want to work with audio. And then what you do is in Essential Sounds, you can go to Dialogue and just click on Enhance Speech. Now my video has music and it has a bunch of stuff, so I'm not gonna have you listen to this, but this is how you do it. You literally click on Enhance Speech and there it's preparing. And I really found that since the update, it's been a lot faster. Look how fast it's converting it and enhancing and processing. This used to be a lot less fast and it used to be a bit annoying. So I'm so happy that the enhanced speech is faster because it makes my process faster. So yeah, use enhanced speech. So that was pretty much it for Adobe Premiere Pro updates for 2025. So a bunch of updates that will be coming, like Generative Extend. I can't wait for this icon to show up in Premiere Pro. But if you want to try it in the meantime, feel free to download the Premiere Pro app, the beta app. And the color management, same thing. I can't wait for it to show up. But for now, I'm super glad that I have the properties panel, which will just make my workflow much faster and easier and less headachy because it will all be in one place. Performance and speed has been awesome so far. I'm really happy that the quality is better, that it's faster to export, that enhanced speech is better, and refreshed modern design, meaning I can make it light or dark if I wanted to. Like Premiere Pro, settings, appearance, and light. Super fresh. So my friends, that was it for Adobe Premiere Pro updates for 2025. I hope you will use them and have fun with them. I've sure used them in my courses production for Skillshare, classes, and Udemy and YouTube videos. So I hope this was helpful. See you soon.